We are live, Ziggy. How are you? I'm just waiting for a few more people. I just logged in, actually. I'm checking to see everyone if they're getting the notifications because few people are not getting the email for some reason, and or either TikTok or YouTube are not sending a notification at all. So just doing a test. Hey, Napoltino, how are you? I'm gonna try to respond to you guys while I'm working because I do have few protocols to finish still. I'm here for a few if you need to test email. Sounds good. Hey Pete, how are you? Have a great week, sir. Hey, thanks. I hope you're doing good. Thanks for the support as always. Marek, how are you? Haven't seen you for a long time. Haven't talked for a while either. I hope you're doing good. I hope you guys are staying nice and warm. It's almost like a minus 30 here. So it's been very, very tough to go outside and enjoy the weather with Duke. He's been getting frustrated like usual. So it's been very, very limited. Crypto was crazy yesterday. 80 here. Wow. 80 and we're at minus 30 Celsius. Yeah, I need to contact you. Looking forward to it, Marek. We'll definitely chat for sure. Duke, we forgot to send him a birthday gift. Hey, I really appreciate your support, Ziggy, and your support, Pete, as well too on YouTube. You guys did. Thanks so much for everything you guys send out to Duke and all the support. It's always appreciated. We're supposed to actually have a live video with Duke because I bought him some good bones with steak and. It's been really, really cold, so I haven't been able to give it to him. So maybe when the weather gets better, it's gonna be like minus 30 for the next couple of days. So it's gonna be tough till at least it drops like minus 9 or something. Then we can spend some of it outside and we can videotape him. Is there anything to take to stop throwing up from food poisoning? Or you can definitely do shark oil would be sufficient enough. Sometimes zeolite would actually help, and definitely I would be fasting and taking some NAC would definitely help quite a bit. Oh yeah, and I got my new tool, I got two new tools that came in, so we're still doing some testing. I'll definitely share with you guys once the testing goes well. The norovirus everywhere, damn. It is everywhere. It's hitting a few individuals. I've gotten a few emails asking me for some support. It is hitting quite a bit of individuals. One of the best thing you can do is you can take some ivermectin. That's one thing. You can take some heavy polyphenols. All that stuff is gonna actually support. Any with blood circulation, I would actually go on nitrate supplement ASAP. You can take 500 milligrams in the morning. You can take 500 milligrams in the evening as well. It's gonna vasodilate your arteries, increase blood flow. So that would be the best thing you can do. Um, And keep in mind, when once you take the nitrate, you're gonna vasodilate the arteries for a good couple hours every day. So that would be a good start. You can also get a humidifier with some food grade hydrogen peroxide, 12%. Get on Amazon 3. That's awesome. Yes, 100%. Thank you so much for sharing that, Tina. Do you have circulation issues when you had high oxalates? I did, yes. I did, and it does conflict quite a bit. So, and the only way you can actually break some of the oxalates to get rid of it for good, of course, doing a carnivore diet because it does have zero oxalate levels. Magnesium, borax. Borax works really, really good. Cayenne works not bad. It's just a nice little vasodilator, but it doesn't last as long as the nitrate. You'll have to take it about 3 or 4 times a day at least 40,000 heat units. Hey, Gozan, how are you? Good to see you as well. It's nice and cold. I don't know how it's like in Vancouver for you guys. Where do you get your information? I went to TikTok school. You can register too, and you can actually learn a lot of amazing things. Any advice on chronic insomnia? I've tried supplements, but still struggle. Um, there's a specific protocol you'll have to follow for sure. Lots of snow in Vancouver. Yeah, and BC, where my off-grid location is, we have about 4 feet of snow. Here in Calgary, we only have 1 inch, but it's freaking like minus 30 degrees here. It's probably like what, plus 6 or 7 in Vancouver right now. Doctor, it's okay to take anti-inflammatory medicine on fast medicine or supplements are you referring to? Should I eat eggs with bread as a teen? I would eat eggs, but without the bread, unless the bread is sprouted, possibly, and you have no issues with your gut. But either way, it's gonna end up causing some kind of gut issue down the road if you end up consuming too much bread due to the pesticides and the way we modified our grains. you know, Thanks to Canadians and USA for doing that. Yet we can still get some nice clean oats from European countries, and I don't know why the hell they play with so much of the genomes of the grains that they mess it up, and they do a lot of mess in our gut. What do you think about histamine intolerance? It is a byproduct of anything fermented. A lot of individuals are actually have issues with histamine because we lack specific enzyme to actually break it down. But you can actually add quercetin. Quercetin works really well to actually suppresses it. Um, bio, Had the first test for Lyme's came back positive, 2 times the threshold, ppms 12 years ago. Will it affect the nutrients if you have bread with eggs? It does have anti-nutrient effect. So it's the same thing. I did a video about coffee. When you drink coffee, you're gonna probably not absorb about 12% of your magnesium, 50% of iron, so many other things. It's the same thing when you eat bread. So since it does have an anti-nutrient effect and a phytic acid, you will actually lose some of the important nutrients that your body is capable of actually absorbing. But other than that, grain does actually will spike your insulin a bit as well too. Glutamine good for gut. What do you recommend? I rather drink like bone broth or take like zinc carnosine or DGL. There's a lot of other things you can do for the gut that's actually more effective than glutamine itself. Mind blowing that coffee has been served with breakfast here. It's crazy, right? They serve you. It's like a tradition in Canadian for Canada and USA where they serve you coffee with your breakfast. You could have like eggs and bacon, and I know some places they serve you even hash browns, and they give you a nice big cup of coffee. So everything you're consuming is just gonna be flushed out, pretty much, almost most of it. Say that, hey Mario, do you like cod liver oil? I do. That's the one I've been taking for almost 10, 12 years. I take the cod liver oil by Nordic. Nordic, what is it called? Nordic, is it Nordic Natural? Hey, let me check. I take, yeah, it is Nordic Naturals. That's the one I take. I take 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon at night. I've been doing that for probably 12 years. Helene, smart people. Hey, Sahar. Lots of snow in Vancouver. There are so many different ideas about time for taking berberine. What's your thoughts? So, if you're looking after, see, you want to have your berberine already in your system. So, right when you're actually eating any type of food that spikes insulin, you want to make sure berberine is already active in your system. So, it actually prevents that. So, it is best time to take it is 30 minutes before you consume. I take it about 15 minutes before I consume my food. Usually, I do take it with the apple cider vinegar. That's when I take my berberine. I don't take it during the meal. I take it before, and that would be the ideal time. So if you think of it as, you want your berberine to be absorbed and ready to take effect as soon as you actually start to consume anything that is actually going to spike your insulin. What nitrates do you take? I do have it on my website. I do have it on my website. It is the second item on my website. You can see under supplements and products. That's the current one I've been taking for the past 10 years. While I'm talking to you guys, I have to respond to an email. What you guys eat for breakfast in Canadian, so need advice. I don't have breakfast. My breakfast is actually my coffee with MCT oil and some supplements such as let's say nitrate and NMN. My first meal would be probably about 12 or 1 p.m. It would be probably like 1 pound of meat, maybe a couple slices of cheese. Then dinner would be anywhere between 6 to 10 eggs, probably about 10 ounces of fish, 5 ounces of red meat, some olive oil on top. I like olive oil at night because it is rich in polyphenols. So stuff like that you can definitely do. You don't need to actually stick to the Canadian eating habits or USA where you're eating a lot of muffins and a lot of heavily processed stuff. So you gotta make your own stuff. Some people like the cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, you can eat 1 pound of cottage cheese, about 130 grams of protein. What benefits do you get from MCT oil? How do you apply to coffee and what's your recommended brand? I do have the recommended brand on the website that I can't really use. There is C8 and C10. I like to stick to the C8 is a lot, well, it is absorbable a lot faster. Reason for using it, cognitive function, good for Alzheimer, good for stabilize energy and activates your ketones instantly as well too. Do you hear about the egg recall in Ontario? I do hear about it, yes. In regards to salmonella and a whole bunch of other bullshit. They're just trying to scare people because a lot of people are actually buying 20, 30, 40 cartons of eggs. So now they come up with a freaking salmonella issue. So they're scaring people not to eat eggs anymore. Uh, they're trying to do something. They're trying to actually eliminate eggs from the market because they know for a fact it is quite of a nutrition, very dense nutrient level, and it's one of the highest absorption level as eggs. So they're trying to actually eliminate it. The only reason you would get salmonella only if the layer inside the egg is broken, which is I doubt is gonna end up happening. Obviously, in Massachusetts too, they're all of a sudden on egg shortage. Yeah, they're just causing some issues, so people will stop consuming. They want to start eliminating things one by one. It's a whole bunch of games they're playing with everybody. What brand nitrate is good? Can you tell us more? If you go to my website, you can see the nitrate that I currently use. Bro, if you don't have a nutrition degree, quit talking. I suggest people hire one and not listen to some random online with no education on the topic. Oh, thanks for sharing that with everybody. B1234H. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment. I did actually go to school I went and took some TikTok education. So if you definitely want to join, feel free. Do you recommend ketogenic diet if my cholesterol is high? If your cholesterol is high, it's gonna even go higher in a ketogenic diet. Cholesterol being high has nothing to do with heart disease or atherosclerosis. It's whether the cholesterol was being oxidized or not. Does he want to hear my experience with a real doctor? Yeah, no kidding, right? Get lost, dude. Mary is the best. Cheers, Kit man. Taking beetroot, hibiscus tea, moringa, shilajit, blood pressure down to 170 over 105. Now, anything else I should take? Well, 170 over 105 is still extremely high. Extremely high. All that stuff you're taking, you're not really fixing the root cause. And that's the problem. You guys are gonna end up taking so many different supplements that you hear a lot of freaking influencers talk about it because they're actually pushing you products so they can make money off you. But yet your blood pressure is not stable of 120 over 80, for example. So the issue is you're not fixing the root cause. You're just taking supplements to suppress, and you still haven't suppressed it correctly. Can an unhealthy liver, gallbladder slow down weight loss? Yes. Everything's tied in together. Your gut is a whole ecosystem. Everything's tied in together. Do peptides have any place in dieting? Oh, 100%. Injuries, collagen production, copper production, they have a huge place in nutrition. And I would actually always go to peptides before I go to nutrition, to supplements, to be honest with you. Especially if you're trying to fix something and you want to fix it ASAP. You don't have years to actually spend on supplements. Sometimes peptides will actually work a lot faster. What would you recommend for congestive heart failure? Book a time with me, Chris. Let's talk about it. I can set you up with a protocol and we can do a lot more further testing and we can actually fix the root cause. What to eat to get testosterone levels up? It's not what to eat, it's what you should actually remove from your diet. The only reason your testosterone is low is because you could be estrogen dominant. Any advice on marine collagen? I think it's just a hype for nothing. Bovine or marine collagen, they both do the same thing as long as you're taking type 1 and type 3. I'm just so terrified of those. The needles are so thin, Ziggy, and they're only like half an inch, roughly about an inch in size. And once you kind of squeeze your gut and you put it in, you're not gonna feel a thing. Seriously. Eventually, after doing it for a week or two, now that spot will start to become sensitive. So you have to kind of move to another spot. Always. If you don't, it becomes too sensitive, then you won't be able to poke yourself anymore. It's kind of, then you'll have to, that's why we always say, after 6 to 8 weeks, take 2 weeks off so you can actually heal correctly. What's your input on flaxseed and flaxseed oil? I think they're bullshit, high in omega-6. The only thing that is good with flaxseed maybe is the fiber. But if you're thinking you're getting any omega-3, that's all bullshit. Do you recommend D3, K2 together? No need to. I take them separately because we don't get enough K2. Doctors just want me to try pills and don't want to test my root cause. They don't know the root cause. That's the problem. I'm the only one who's going to help you with the root cause, cats. So either download my ebook on how to reverse high blood pressure or hypertension, or book a time with me and I can guide you with everything. Do you take any fiber? I don't know. I think fiber is a myth and we get enough fiber from eating collagen. What about black seed oil? I'm not a huge fan of black seed oil, but I wrote a whole article about black seed oil. If you want to use it, go for it. Just make sure it is good product and it's not oxidized. Which diet do you think is the best with arthritis, osteoporosis? It's not whether it's a good diet or not. You just have to remove all the oxalates from your diet and all the fructose from your diet. Are you in California? No, I'm in Canada. I wish I'm in California. Damn, it's like, can't you see the window behind me? I don't know if you guys can see it. It's frozen. It's freaking frozen. It's minus 30. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at this. It's all like frozen. You can't even see outside or nothing. It's like minus 30 today, so it's been brutal. How to lower cholesterol naturally? You can download my ebook on how to lower your cholesterol naturally. Can you explain what castor oil for? It's good for your skin. You can put it on. Some people believe that actually it does have some healing power, so definitely you can try it out. For me, it didn't do anything. I think there's, too much hype on it and not enough evidence behind it. I heard eggs aren't good if you have autoimmune disease because they feed neurotoxins. Is that true? Yes and no. That's why whenever you eat eggs, it's good to actually make sure your pH level in the gut's between 1 and 1.5 to 2.5. It's actually higher than that, then you could be causing an issue, especially from the egg white. So if that's the case, then I would stick to the egg yolk and not eat the egg white. Which province? If I can ask, I'm in Alberta right now, but I'll be moving to BC here probably in the next month. Do you agree that BPC 157 will repair the body? BPC 157 with TB 500 as a combination, yes. I've done the studies on it and I even tried it myself. Is organic butter came from grass-fed cows good? Yes, it is good, 100%. Pure natural butyric acid, excellent for the microbiome to repair it. Hey, Ami, how are you? Yeah, they do have antibacterial, antifungal from the oregano and castle, so definitely it is going to be used for external issues. I got aspirin, tiny pill, one every night because of risk of preeclampsia. They're probably taking about what, 75 milligrams or 85 milligrams. I joined your Substack community, so much value info that no doctor will ever tell us. Thank you. I really appreciate that, and thanks so much for putting this out there. And I hope a lot of people will actually join my community and the Substack. There's a lot of valuable information. I've been actually putting a post every single day. So I'm hoping, people will actually join it and they can actually see value from it. Would be amazing. Do eggs need to be pasture raised? Yes, if you could. Get them pasture raised would be ideal. Here in Canada is very tough. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. If they're not, the only downfall about it, you don't get very much of the nutrients such as K2, D3. And the thing is, they could contain traces of omega 6s from the corn feeding and soy feeding. So you just have to be careful. I'm in Canada also. How do I book an appointment with you? If you click on my picture on the top left, it's going to take you to my main page on TikTok or even YouTube. And there's a website under my picture. You can actually book a time and it'll reflect your zone for the timing. You missed my comment up there? No, it didn't show up, Jandra. Maybe you want to put it back up again. I don't know how you don't have a million subs. I don't know. Maybe not a lot of people like me because I say all the truth out there, and maybe some people think it's maybe bullshit. I don't know. I'm new at this, so obviously I do need some help. But I rather have 10,000 or 20,000. It's like a quality over quantity. I think the number is just, when you look at people on TikTok or you look at people on YouTube and they have like a million or a couple hundred thousands, you just figure, is this like a real number or is just a made up number? But quality over quantity anytime. In Ontario, it's hard to find pasture raised eggs. Same here in Calgary, it's very tough. Like I buy the eggs from Harrowites, but again, in the winter time, the color of the yolk changes quite a bit from being dark orange to like almost bright yellow. So it's too bad. That's all we can get here. I like you and respect your work from heart, brother. Cheers. Ahsan, thanks so much. Causes of hives while the defecating could also be because you're in Canada. I think so. I think so. They don't like us. Here in Canada is, well, to be honest with you, here in Canada, 99% of our viewers and supporters are all from abroad. Nobody's from Canada. It's like either USA or European countries. Yet in Canada, I get like less than 1%. And I think that's why the algorithm for us Canadians sucks. It's all tied in with how our government controls everything. Like there's a lot of stuff when I search, it doesn't even come up unless you change your IP address. So I think something is up where we aren't able to see a lot of things or access a lot of things or even our information be publicly known, which is too bad. Like right now, I got John from Ontario. I probably have like maybe 4 or 5 people from Canada and the rest are USA. Right above Gabriel 103. Yeah, your message didn't come up, Jandra. You wanna put it up again, please? I'm losing weight, but what can I do to lose the gut? The gut takes time. It's usually estrogen dominant, Stephen. So I would actually maybe take calcium D-glucarate. So it does help the gut and flush out any estrogen levels. Usually I give calcium D-glucarate to a lot of bodybuilders because they're always kind of losing weight and they're looking good. They're fully an aesthetic look, but they actually have like a little fat in the belly. And as soon as I put them on calcium D-glucarate, that's gone in about 45 days. Hello, any recommendations for people with familial hypercholesterolemia? That's a made up word, Louisa. But it is fixable, nothing to worry about. You might maybe have the lipoprotein small a genetic, but we can control that, no problem. That's all kind of controlled. Um, Canada should become USA so we can get pasture-raised eggs. Oh, 100%. I think if we do become like the 51st state, we would actually have so much access. Maybe we don't have to pay so much freaking taxes and carbon tax and a whole bunch of other stuff that the government rips from us like crazy. You know, we support so many other countries, but yet we cannot support our own country. But, you know, it would never happen. I think there'll be like a huge fight in between. What brand of L-carnitine do you recommend for heart ejection fraction? I take liposomal by Livon Labs. You're awesome and your information priceless. Thanks, Maurice. Cheers, goes and really appreciate that. Help with loose skin, increase your collagen, decrease your fructose. Any advice, PAD? My husband leg artery is almost completely blocked. You have to book a time with me. I cannot just give you an advice randomly without knowing the full history. So it's probably book a time with me. We can actually automatically cause some vasodilation so we can actually prevent further blockage. There's a key supplements you can take to actually assist them with that. So probably book a time with me, Dane, and we can talk in specific. Um, I said good evening and said looks like there's a MK imbalance implanted here tonight in our TikTok university. Tell him to take a hike. Look into my supplement if you get chance. I will for sure. I haven't finished everything. I still got a few more things and I'll look at yours. No problem. I have FH not confirmed by test and LP is low. Is that possible? Yeah, oh yeah, it is. It is low. It is. If it's low, the familiar hypercholesterolemia, is that what you mean? That's a made-up word that the doctors they don't know how to control it. They automatically assume you fit in that category where you're a hyper responder. But is it true whether you are a hyper responder or not? We can do some testing. Um, Oops, I'm missing some messages. I wasn't gonna actually answer that many, but let me just see here. I'm just trying to write an email very quickly here. Um, I was surprised that a user posted on here. Last I heard, IT was recovering from bottom surgery. Yeah, no kidding. B123H posted on here. Last I heard, IT. Yeah, needs a kick. He definitely needs a kick. Why the anxiety only triggers at evening but not any other part of the day? It varies. It varies. What you do during the daytime will predict how your evening will become because most of the time it becomes more a deficiency more than anything. Maurice, can you respond to the human that gets hives while pooping? They asked so many times. Did I miss it? Maybe I missed it. Maurice, can you respond to the human that gets hives while pooping? Get hives while pooping. That's interesting. I'm just gonna write that down. How would we test if I'm a hyper responder? Um, so let me go. I gotta go back to a few questions here. So while pooping, getting hives, that's usually some. Okay, we already know there is something going on with the body. Sometimes it could be like histamine issue. Um, but it's all related to the food you consume, right? So certain food passing through causing some kind of allergic, specifically is going to be citric acid because there is a heavy mold toxin. Sometimes dairy causes that. Any high hormonal foods cause these issues as well. I can't really pinpoint it unless we do a little bit more testing, but these are some of the things that I kind of look for, other than me kind of blaming it on specific things happening in the gut or the intestine. But sometimes I'm just going to blame it on the food. So you have to kind of look into the histamine issue, the citric acid issue, the hormonal foods, dairy, um, and when you say you get hives, do you tend to kind of go into like a heat sweat stage? So there's a lot of things we have to look into. I cannot just kind of throw in an answer at you. I know I do get a lot of people here sometimes. They put a lot of funny comments and a lot of things they tend to say, but what can you do, right? I always wish respect for everybody, no matter what, but you always get the odd people that they just throw random things out there. And to be honest with you guys, whenever I see stuff like that being thrown in whether YouTube or TikTok, most of them are either doctors or something, and they just hate the information that I share, that they try to kind of shut me down, or try to kind of get me in a pissed off mood by kind of picking on certain buttons. But that doesn't really bother me, right? It's just you see a lot of them out there. And I do have one cardiologist. He follows me. Well, he doesn't really follow me. He always kind of comments on my videos that I'm clueless or don't know what I'm talking about, or you guys come to my YouTube channel and you'll actually get more information. And it's funny he says that because almost 50 to 75% of his patients, they come to me. So I have a lot of paperwork on him, the stuff that he does and what he pushes for. So it's kind of insane. And you can tell that a lot of these doctors or influencers or whatever they are, they're after the money. They push supplements left and right without really understanding the ingredients they're putting that individual on. And it's just unfortunate. So instead of them kind of going after the root cause and helping you heal, they're just out there trying to kind of make more money off you, which is unfortunate. And everybody is becoming freaking greedy these days because all they do is care for a product they sell, but they don't care whether that product works or not. I know who the doctor is, I think. They toss and gotcha questions. I've seen him discuss you on a short. Probably, probably. There's lots of them out there. How can I find your YouTube page? If you go to my main page of TikTok in the left corner, you should see the two links, one for my website and one for the YouTube. Or you can just go to YouTube and look up my name, the at symbol, my full name, as you can see in the top there. I just started NAC after your video. That's awesome. Make sure you're taking it on an empty stomach. Um, how would we test if I'm a hyper responder? It's so hyper responder fall in a category where you're like almost like a skinny athletic body and you have high LDL levels. So for example, like me, I'm like in a 6 and a 7% body fat, and my LDL levels are in the upper 500. So it's quite high. My LDL is in 500. So a lot of doctors think, well, it should be below 70, which is I think it's incorrect. To me, is it's fine being at 500 or 600 as long as not being oxidized. You know, your LPPLA2 is clean, your MPO is clean, your OXLDL is clean, your ApoB to ApoA1 is ratio is good, your triglyceride to HDL is ratio is good, just to name a few. The only one that actually keeps me worried is my LP small a because this is a genetic. And I do control it with taking niacin and vitamin B1 and sometimes L-carnitine. What do you think about berberine? Berberine is good, especially if you actually want to reduce some calcium deposits. At the same time, it is good for insulin sensitivity. You just have to cycle it because it does destroy one of the bacteria in your gut. I read that using lemon juice may help with more bile production. Yeah, and you can actually, if you put lemon juice, taurine helps with that as well too. Um, did I miss any questions? I read that I just got the magnesium on your website. How do you recommend using it? So you start with 20 drops per 1 cup of water every 4 hours. After 10 days, you increase from 20 drops to 40 drops. If you experience soft stool effect, you're taking too much, reduce the amount by about 10 drops. Thanks, we'll try taurine. And when you're taking taurine, you gotta make sure you're taking about 3,000 milligrams, about 3 times a day, on an empty stomach away from meals. Hey, where's my D-ribose? It's been shipped already. Is this Greg? N8 the Great? It's been shipped because because yours was shipped the same time as the other person because I had two orders that same day. He got his, I think yesterday or this morning. So you should be getting yours very soon, probably by tomorrow, unless it went somewhere else. I'll track it. I'll track it, Greg. Hold on. Let me see if I have the tracking number with me here. Then I can tell you what it's at. Or maybe I left it in the car, maybe. Yeah, give me a second, Greg. Let me track it for you. Half a joking, no worries. I know you trust me. But here, well, I want to make sure you're gonna get it. You're not gonna actually get stopped in customs. So let me go to the website right now and track it because I have the tracking number with me. Uh, Let me see the tracking number. Let's try this. I got two of them here, so let me see if this is the first one or not. 207 -66218. So let me track it. He's the most trustworthy human on this internet right now. Thank you, Ziggy, for pointing that out. Greg, it's expected delivery February 6th. So you're gonna get it probably in like 3 more days. Today is the 3rd, so give it another 3 days. It's gonna arrive there on the 6th. I hope you heard me, Greg. No worries, sounds good. I've seen him discuss in your shorts. I know I wanted to actually discuss something in specific today with everybody, and I didn't get a chance to it. But I'm been actually putting a lot of that information on Substack. So if you guys get a chance to join, there's a lot of good articles there if you guys love to read. What do you think about iodine solution for detoxification? Yeah, 100%, especially if you want to take the Lugol's iodine 12.5 milligrams. That would be like one of the best form you can actually get. Was working out too hard and started hypnotic beats. The only reason is you didn't actually increase your magnesium. That's the thing. So make sure you're taking magnesium, even if you have to take it during your workout while you're actually sipping on water, definitely do that. And right when you're finished your training, they take some magnesium as well too, so you can help the loss, especially with your training. Duke is actually downstairs in the living room. He ate and he's just relaxing. Been doing that? Okay. Um, so yeah, whenever you're working hard or you're doing treadmill or you're overdoing the HIIT training as well, just make sure you're increasing your magnesium so you get quite a bit of it, or maybe add more taurine. Went in and got an echo. There's no point of getting an echo. Don't get worried about it. We'll fix it. I know we're waiting for some blood work and other things, but we can get it fixed. Have you looked into getting an IV therapy yet? I know it's a whole topic, but what is your opinion on extended fasting? What would you like to know? 24 hours, 36 hours if you want to hit autophagy. For daily fasting, for weight control, 18 hours is ideal, but for women, you can't really do it every single day. You have to do it about 3 times a week, or else you can mess your thyroid. But if you're looking for autophagy and healing, you gotta do it at least a good 24, 36 hours once a week. I'm going on a 4th week cleanse. Okay. All right. So you're doing a lot of detoxification. So you're probably losing a lot of mineralization as well too. What do you suggest for healing of skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis? Go get yourself some beef tallow. Well, I should have posted that website on my website. They actually sell some good quality beef tallow as a cream. So you can actually put it on the psoriasis and all that stuff and actually fixes it. But the start of that is coming from your gut. So it could be a lot of hormonal foods or certain things you're eating that is not being broken down. No worries, Greg. So February 6th, keep me updated if you don't get it, but I'll actually check again on my end. Does consuming calcium-rich foods affect calcifications of arteries? No, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. What controls your calcium levels is your thyroid and your vitamin D. Calcium itself doesn't really have a hit on it. The only reason it will go out of balance only if you're pretty much deficient in magnesium. And because magnesium keeps everything flowing correctly. I'll schedule with you soon. Sounds good. Any thoughts on injectables, Sir Moralen? What do you really want to know about it? I heard magnesium glycinate is good for gym plus relaxing. Does it affect bowel movement? Yeah, if you take too much of it, it could actually cause soft stool effect. Maximum dose is about 200 milligrams. Some people can handle 400 milligrams. Should I eat dates in the morning right after my gym? Why? So you can actually spike your insulin and be in insulin resistance in the morning. It's better to take it in the evening. You can take about 20 to 30 grams. That's it after training to help with recovery, but not anything massive. Oh, I think I drink a few glasses of goat milk. It won't affect arteries, ESP if I have vitamin SK. As long as you have vitamin A, vitamin K2 and magnesium, they will actually stabilize everything. Lost 180 pounds on Monjaro, want to build muscle. Yeah, you can do that. If you're the one who's asking about the peptide or the sermolin that you want to take, yeah, definitely is going to help with muscle recovery and muscle growth. And there is going to actually, top of that, it will actually trim your body style and body look as well too. So 100% it is. If you do it temporary, not for a very long time, do like a cycle of 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 2 to 300 milligrams per daily, micrograms. Yeah, and the cod liver oil has a lot of A. It does have a lot of A, yes. And if you're not getting enough, you can always eat liver and get some good quality vitamin A. Do you have that website with the high quality beef tallow by any chance? I haven't had a chance to add it. I can probably add it today, so probably by tomorrow you guys should see it. But let me see if I can add it right now. I don't know if I can add it right now. I know I was doing something. Um, let's see. Give me a second. I'm gonna see because I got some stuff from them coming. What's your thoughts on TRT? Yeah, works not bad, but do you really need the TRT, or is it you're just estrogen dominant? So before you do TRT, make sure you're not estrogen dominant, and that's why you're probably your testosterone is low. For OXLDL, taking quercetin, pomegranate, astaxanthin, and vitamin E tocotrienols as you instructed. Anything else, or is this good enough? No, that's good because you got your polyphenols, you got your antioxidants, and you got vitamin E pretty much for inflammation. That's a perfect combo. I take polyphenols and astaxanthin for it, and that's how I control it. And what you're taking right now is perfect. Check out Source Minerals. It is a good raw unflavored electrolyte powder I take. Let's bring it up on my screen here. Source Minerals electrolyte powder. Is that the one by Athletic Hydration? I think that's the one that I've got to check because there was one company reached out to me. They were going to send me a sample, Pete. And I wonder if that was the one or not. I'll have to check because they couldn't send it to me because our Canadian Post was on strike. Hey, Duke, come here, bud. So I'm hoping that's the right one I'm looking at, Pete. So it has magnesium, potassium, sodium, and glycine. Athletic hydration. Is that the one you're taking? Boost energy during workout. Let's see here. Duke, come here. Is vitamin E 125 milligrams enough? Yes, it is enough. Is there a way to post on Substack when you're doing lives? I can start doing that. Yeah, 100%. 100% I can do that. Have you ever heard of burning mouth syndrome? Yeah, that's usually the burning mouth or numbness. Usually that's due to oxalates. How long would it take for cholesterol levels to go down? It varies on your body. Bergamot and Reggie's rice, they take roughly about 6 to 8 weeks to actually kick in gear. Niacin usually starts within the first week. Yeah, I'll check it out. This is kind of interesting. I'm just gonna check in to see if it'll see what other ingredients it has in it, Pete. There you go. Okay, ingredients, supplement fact. Duke, come here, bud. Take zinc in the evening. Yes. Mix 2 scoops, 16 ounces with your workout. Substack notifies me. YouTube doesn't. I will start posting on YouTube on Substack. Yeah. How much niacin is good to start? 250 milligram is a good number, and kind of work your way up. I take about 1,000 to 1,500. I will have to take mine right now because I haven't taken any in the evening yet. This is my last dose. I usually take 1,000 milligrams. Will the niacin bother me? The only reason it would bother you only if you actually have existing gout issue. Come here. Come here, Duke. Come. Only if you have gout, because it does increase your uric acid levels. So it's not really for everybody. Any recommendation for high cortisol? You can take L-theanine in the morning as soon as you wake up. Mildly salty and slightly sweet, neutral taste. Can I mix source protein shake and green juice or supplement? Does it use stimulants? I came in right time. Thank you. Duke, are you there? Duke, come here. You can actually hear him walk. Do you take 3 at night all at the same? No, no, I only take 1,000 at night. Like I'll take 1,000 right now. I'm gonna go grab it before I forget because if it's too late in the evening, I won't be able to sleep good. Does K2 affect calcium deglucarate? It shouldn't, because the calcium D-glucarate just goes after your estrogen. Has nothing to do with conflicting with anything with the K2, I don't think. I'll have to look into that. I never really checked into it, but I shouldn't. You're do good knowledge, thank you. Any advice to treat thyroid nodules? Yeah. Duke, come here, bud. Is cod liver oil a good source of vitamin D3? Yes, it does have some vitamin D3. Not a whole lot, roughly about 1,000 IU, I think, per 2 tablespoons. But bioavailability is quite high. Give me a second, guys. Duke, stay here, please. Yeah, you can take niacin, bergamot, and red yeast rice in dinner time, but I would take bergamot during the daytime, red yeast rice with last meal. Niacin, you can split it to one in the morning, one in the evening. Can we see Duke? Yeah, Duke. Come here, bud. He's trying to get his ball from the bathroom. Hey, back up. With me. Come here. Oh, he went downstairs. We'll wait till he come back up. I'll show you guys Duke. He's too busy. Let's go follow him, see if you can. There he is. There's the big boy. Duke, hey, up. Go to bed. Hey, play, up. Up. Good boy. There you go. Say hi to everyone. There you go. He is 3 years old. He hit 3 years old as of February 1st. So he's a big boy. He's been getting frustrated because we're not going outside much. Right, Duke? It's too cold, right? You want me to come over? Yeah? He wants me to go over. Let's go over. Let's say hi to him. Okay. Okay, I miss you too. Where you been? Where you been? What? I come here, then you leave? Where are you going? Oh, he's going out again. He's too busy. He's a busy boy. He mixed? No, he's a pure breed European GSD, German Shepherd. No treats at night. He already ate. He eats his raw meat and stuff. I know, he wants me to chase him so we can go get the ball. There's a ball in the bathroom. He's like he wants it. There's no treat at night either. What's a good RYR? You just make sure it does not contain any citrin, because there is a mold that actually happens when they ferment red yeast rice. So make sure you check the certificate of analysis. I did list one on the website that I currently have used, and it's actually good quality product. It doesn't contain any citrin in it. Have to show you a picture. Sometimes my dog looked just like him. Yeah, that would be awesome. Send me an email. Send me some pictures, guys. Because I know I have few of my patients. They all send me pictures of their dogs. Duke, come here, bud. Come. He wants to go get that ball. He wants to play. No playing. There he comes. Come here. Come. Look. Look what I have for you. Come here. Duke. Why are you still wearing the collar? You take it out. Relax your neck a bit. I had a pure black female. I miss her so much. I had an opportunity to get a black female. He was actually the only male out of the litter. There were 6 in total litter, and they're all black, pitch black. He was the only one that sable color, and I've always wanted a sable color. And I got him when he was 6 weeks old, and he's been with me since then. So he's not used to me leaving him alone or anything like that. Let's see what he needs. What do you want from the bathroom? There's nothing in here. I'm wearing my shoes. Look. What? What's going on? Come here. Get up here. Yeah, stay here. There's nothing there. Here in the USA, I read that all RYR is ineffective. A lot of the companies that have been actually getting the reduced rice from are from iHerb, and a lot of them are actually coming from the USA. So if they were ineffective, they wouldn't control the levels of your LDL and HDL and all that. So it's almost like you have to buy it. You have to try it for about 6 to 8 weeks. Do a test, and you can see the difference. Now, some people do great on 1200 milligrams. Some might need 1200, some might need 2400 or even 3600 milligrams. It depends of how much you want to lower it and how much you require. Duke, there's nothing in there, bud. It's not there, it's downstairs. Your ball is downstairs. Hey, Louis, how are you? Okay, let's go back, see what Duke wants. It's not in the bathroom, bud. Okay, go get it. Where? Where's the ball? Oh, there it is. He did that. It is actually here. He wants his little ball. There we go. Is that what you want? What do you recommend for high cholesterol? I do have an ebook on how to control your cholesterol, guys, if you're worried about. But it's not so much about the cholesterol. It's about the oxidization of the cholesterol that you need to worry about. And that's what's most important. And that's what's most important. So it's not so much the total cholesterol or whether you have high cholesterol or not. And a lot of the doctors, they're not really explaining that. All they care for is just lowering cholesterol. Okay, we understand we can lower cholesterol. Everybody can lower cholesterol naturally or with supplement. But the question is, you're still not going after the root cause. So the question is, why is my cholesterol high? And is the cholesterol being high causing any damage? If it's not causing any damage, why should you even, try to lower it or try to play with it? So there's things you have to do, and you have to tell your doctor or your cardiologist to check to see whether it's being oxidized or not. I know he kept trying to tell me, finally we found it. It was like hiding right in the back. I probably get a higher reading because of no gallbladder. Probably, yes, because you're not breaking down your fats correctly either. And that's why you should be taking bile acids, so you can actually see how that works. Okay, we'll check your site. Here, give me the ball. I'll play with you here. Can you explain oxidization? So what happened is there's a biomarker you can get. There's actually a few biomarkers. One is called LPPLA2. That one tells you if there's inflammation in the arteries. There's one is called NPO. It tells you whether your arteries are being restricted or not. There's a genetic called homocysteine. That one will stiffen up your arteries. And then there's OX-LDL. It tells you whether your LDL is being oxidized and actually causing plaque buildup or soft plaque. Dame, sounds good. Looking forward to talking to you and him, hopefully, and we can definitely assist you guys. OX-LDL can be reversed. Oh, 100%, 100%. You can actually control it, and once you control it, now you just have to remove the damage. If there is damage in the arterial system, that's when we end up using a combination of different, we can use a combination of different supplementation, and such as Cavadix or biodynamic supplements that they actually come from Europe. I'll be posting that with a protocol. So there's a lot of things we can do to actually fix some of these damages. But keep in mind, when you have a damaged artery from LDL and stuff, it's not just oxidized LDL. It's oxidized LDL. You got calcium and phosphate as hydroxyapatite, and you have fibrin and debris and dead cells. So all that stuff has to be removed. Is there info we should have available for the appointment? Just, come with whatever issue you have, any questions you may want to ask me, and I'll do the rest. How many pancreatic issues have you seen from semaglutide treatments? Not many that I actually get. But I had a lot of individuals with issues with their pancreas. Can you do a presentation on peptides and dosages for weight loss? Yeah, I can do that. I can probably do that for you. Get the Boldix under the bed. OX LDL, that's what it's measured with. Uh, this is for Elsa. It's just I get a few people kind of taking that, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We're always gonna see issues with their pancreas, no matter what. Get it, Duke. It's under the bed. We are located in just north of Toronto. Do you ever do in-person appointments? I used to do in-person appointments locally back in the days. I am in Calgary right now. I was doing them because I did have a little clinic here, and after COVID, during COVID actually, because I lost a lot of my locals and stuff because of everything. So I started doing everything online and through video chats, and that gives me the opportunity to actually travel while I'm doing it. Is Hawthorne Berry and Metoprolol safe together? Yeah, Metoprolol is bullshit, to be honest with you, James. Eventually, I'd like you to actually wean off of it once we fix your issue, because metoprolol is going to end up causing more damage to your brain 5 years down the road than actually trying to fix your blood pressure. Does menopause hormone shift cause high blood pressure? It does, because it throws your magnesium out of balance. Neurokinase is amazing. Neurokinase works great. Lumbrokinase is even better. Serapeptase, good combination. Yeah, if you're trying to remove the fibrin, clotting issue, all that stuff is good. And actually, it enhances your blood pressure too, same time. Car accident, severe pain, anything can I drink for pain? Just magnesium glycinate and D-ribose. TRT cream has spiked my blood pressure. Oh yeah, it does that. It does that. And they're well known to know to do that. Anything with TRT will actually increase the blood pressure and actually increase your cholesterol levels. The question is, we don't want it to actually be oxidizing, because once it oxidizes, it starts to kind of cause a lot of issues to the system, and that becomes a major issue. A major issue. Um, I'll stay for another 5 more minutes, guys. Seriously, because I do have to respond to these 3 emails before I play with Duke for like half hour before he goes to sleep, or else he won't sleep all night. What's the best protocol to lower blood pressure naturally? So James, I have two things for you. You can either download my ebook on how to control and how to reverse hypertension, or you can book a time with me and I'll walk you through the full guide, and we can fix it ASAP and we can wean off the medication. Have a good night and thank you. Yeah, no problem. Same to you. Have a nice evening. Can Hashimoto be reversed? Yes, 100% it could. Keep in mind, 80% is in your gut, 20% is your thyroid. Ask Duke, he knows. Is it reversible? James, it's 100% reversible. Once we fix your root cause, and we're gonna fix the root cause, that's the only way we can fix the blood pressure. 100%, and you can get off the nasty medications. I don't want you to be on these medications, because the medications, when you take them for a very long time, other than playing a role in the brain, actually it causes issue with the stroke level. I'm gonna dip out. Gotta get the wife to Ohio State University Cancer Center in the morning. Sounds good, Louis. Good to see you on here, and you take care of yourself. Same with your wife. And we'll definitely touch base. I'll definitely check this out. Sounds good, James. Keep me updated for sure. I'm tired of feeling dizzy. Yes, start feeling dizzy. Your electrolytes are out of balance as well too. And the only thing is with metoprolol because it slows things down, so it makes you feeling mellow all the time, and not feeling mellow all the time causes dizziness. Thank you. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Give Duke a pat from us. I will. He's hiding behind the bed. I don't know if you guys can see him. There he is. Centaur. Thanks, James. Appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'll stay another 5 minutes. Duke, come here. Come. I'll get the ball for you. I have to go under the bed to get it. After you messed my bed up. I know we're stuck in this little room, me and Duke, for now. We'll go off grid probably first week of March, February, March. Yeah, March. I think hopefully the snow will be all melted. We still have about 4.5 feet. I have a live camera there, so I'm constantly checking on the area. So we get quite a bit of snow. So it'll be very, very tough to get up there. I'll wait till March. If March we don't get any dump, then it'll be good. February, March, April, hopefully. Usually last year I went back up on May because we had like massive snow in the area. Where will you go off the grid? I will be in BC, British Columbia. It's about 6.5, 7 hour drive from where I'm at right now. And I'll be there all the way from, if I go in, let's say March, April, I'll stay there all the way till December. Then I'll come back in December to the city to visit the family. Like this time I stayed December, January, I'm gonna stay February. That's about 3, 4 months here. But next year I'll just come for like 2 weeks. And maybe I'd like to drive to the USA actually. And somewhere where it's like nice and warm. Because here in the winter time it's quite cold. When it gets like minus 30, minus 32, it's just this. Last year we had like minus 37 for almost 6 days straight. It was brutal. You can barely go outside. Should go live more often. I enjoy these lives. I will, Ali. I will try to kind of do it every night if I could. It's tough right now, just because we got family. They come over, brothers comes over. They want to, chat and stuff. So sometimes it's very tough for me in the evening. Sometimes it's good during the daytime, but during the daytime I get complete different crowd, and I might not get you guys. So definitely we'll try. So we'll try. We'll have a set schedule, me and Duke. And it's easier when I'm off grid because it's just we'll do it in a tiny house, right, Duke? He's like, I want my ball. Go get it. It's under there, bud. Florida, yeah, I would love to come to Florida or California. A lot of these places. If I can drive and cross the border, and I can take Duke with me. I know he's not vaccinated. I gotta find somebody who can give me like a fake vaccination, maybe. Because I'm never gonna get him vaccinated. And now they have a new law in Canada. You're not allowed to travel or take your pet with you if he's not fully vaccinated, which is kind of sucks. Because I don't believe in that, and I would never give it to him. Can I take 5 grams of DRIOs before bed for heart? Oh, 100% is gonna actually increase your ejection fraction, Matt, which is excellent, and it's gonna help you with recovery. Texas as well. Texas is my number one. I gotta go to Texas. I gotta drive there. If it's not too far from where I'm at, because from BC, for me to drive from BC to Montana, it's only like 3.5, 4 hour drive, which is good. Then after that, I can start. Maybe I can spend like a month in every location, and let's say, let's see here, USA. Let's bring up the whole map so we can plan. I can plan my drive. Texas is 18 hours, 18-hour drive. So from BC to Texas about 18 hours. Unless I fly in the plane, but oh yes, all the way. Yeah, it'll be a long drive. Well, I gotta do something. Maybe we'll fly. You're in Washington. What can you tell me about liposym, please? Is it healthy? Minus 37. Wow. North Carolina. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll have to plan if I can get the vaccination, like a good one for Duke, then I can be able to cross because I can't leave him by himself and travel. I'll get it for you, Duke. Don't worry. Give me like 2 minutes. Can you tell me about liposome, please? Is it healthy? Is it healthy? You could. It is more of a fiber for weight loss, but it's not so much about, the fiber. All it does is just makes you full, makes you feel full, so you're not eating as much. So it's almost like you're cutting your caloric intake. It's the same thing as you doing fasting. Can you do fasting instead of taking a supplement? Because fasting is like your ultimate magic pill for weight loss. Eating 2 meals a day and like in a 6 hour period, and you're doing fasting of 16 or 18 hours every single day. And maybe once a week you're doing like a 24-hour fasting. The only reason you can do this fasted state only if you actually increase your saturated fat, so you're actually satiated for a long time and you cut down on your sugar intake. So it is a process. There is no such thing as magic pill. Some of these pharmaceuticals or some of these supplements might help you, but still it's up to you how you control your intake of food, because you're either going to eat to feed a disease or you're going to eat to heal one. And let's assume, weight loss is a disease. So how can we actually fix it? And the only reason you're always hungry because your insulin is activated. So the only way you can shut it off is you consume more fat. So let's say your first meal of the day should be eggs and bacon and avocado. You got some good saturated fats, you got some good dense nutrients, and that will keep you satiated for at least 4 or 5 hours. Then your second meal should be probably like fish, because very high in fat, avocado, olives. So you need the high saturated fat so you can actually stay satiated. Maybe like have a nice melted butter on top of the fish. Now you're getting your good saturated fats from the butter. Then for dinner, you can actually, have something a little bit on the sweet side so your body does not crash. So this way you're in ketosis in the first half of the day, and at night you're coming off ketosis and spiking your insulin for recovery. That's usually like the concept of how you should be consuming your food intake, your carbohydrate intake, your protein and fat intake. Yeah, you can take neurokinase and lumbrokinase together. I've done that. Hard ones, they can compete. They don't compete. No, each one will do different things, but they do very similar things. They use a different mechanism. I've tried them before together. I highly recommend you taking them separately because there's no point of taking two at the same time. So you can take neurokinase of, let's say, 4,000 fibrin units, then 4 hours after you can take about 20 milligrams of lumbrokinase, for example. Where's your free ebooks? If you go to my website, there's a lot of free ebooks you can download, a couple of them. Zaha, thanks so much for the gifts, flowers, cheers. Okay, I'll take one more question, guys, and I have to get going. One more question. Last one. Last question. Shukran for all your info and advice, Maurice. Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Cheers. You have a good night. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Have a good night. Low testosterone. The first thing you should do is check if you're estrogen dominant. The second thing is you can get one of these infrared unit. Get this from China. Don't buy it from any store locally because they're freaking expensive. From China, you can get it for like 20-30 bucks. And shoot it on your man parts about 5 to 10 minutes every other day. This would be ideal to actually boost up your testosterone. And it's proven that it actually boosted up by about 17% naturally. Can you reduce hyperpigmentation spot in the face naturally? I'll have to look into that. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you. Never really looked into it, but I'll have to check into it for you, lady. Guys, I do have to get going. Was good chatting with you as always, answering you guys' questions. What I'll do, I'll try to come back hopefully tomorrow if I'm not too busy, and we'll continue our chat. In the meantime, guys, definitely if you get a chance to book a time with me or even join the Substack for the newsletter, especially if you guys love to read. I do have a lot of information on my AFib solution and everything. Definitely would be worth it for you guys. In the meantime, you guys have a nice evening. Pete, thanks so much. Ami, Al, all you guys, all the best. And lady 917, cheers. Have a nice evening. You guys take care, and we'll touch base.